In the new digital SAT, the math section is worth 50% of the student's composite score, and the reading and writing section is worth the other 50%. Let's take a closer look at the specifics of the math section. Previously, the math section was broken up into two sections. The math non-calculator section was worth 17% of the student's composite score, and the math with calculator section was worth 33%, more than any other section of the test. Now, these two sections have been combined into one, and the students are allowed to use their graphing calculator on the entire math section. This means that students knowing how to effectively and efficiently use their graphing calculators is more important than ever. The math section consists of two 35-minute modules, each of which contains 22 questions. So that averages out to just over a minute and a half per question. Just like on the reading and writing section, the math section is adaptive, meaning that the level of difficulty on the second module is dependent on how the student performs on the first module. The math section is the second section of the test, taking place after students have already completed the two 32-minute reading and writing modules as well as their 10-minute break. In the previous paper and pencil format of the test, some of the math questions, especially the two-part questions, could get a bit wordy. In the new digital format, the questions are a bit more direct, which is nice. And you don't have to worry about the two-part questions that were sometimes dependent, meaning if you got the first question wrong, you were essentially doomed on the second question. The questions on the math section all fall under one of the following four categories: algebra, problem solving and data analysis, advanced math, and geometry and trigonometry. Each of those four categories has numerous subcategories, 36 in total. We'll be coaching students through each of these 36 categories in our small group program. The new digital format provides students with a variety of tools. A couple that I really like are the ability to eliminate answer options so students can easily apply process of elimination. I also like that you can flag questions for review. That way, when you finish going through all the questions, you can easily go back to the ones you were uncertain on to get a second look at them. Students have access to a reference document that is identical to the one from the paper and pencil format of the test. For the previous paper and pencil format, on the gridded response questions, you could grid 4 characters and couldn't grid a negative answer, which meant that your answer would always be positive. On the student-produced responses of the new digital format, however, you can enter up to 5 characters for a positive answer and up to 6 characters, including the negative sign, for a negative answer. You can also use the Desmos graphing calculator that's provided, but I personally feel it's not as easy to use as a TI-84 Plus handheld graphing calculator. Plus, on your own graphing calculator, you can utilize very useful graphing calculator programs like the 18 we provide our students. Here's an example of one of these programs. So in this question from Blue Book, the platform from College Board that contains practice tests for the new digital SAT, they lay out a scenario for 2 different stores, each of which sells raspberries and blueberries. They then discuss the total price at these respective stores. This produces a system of equations, so let's go ahead to our program, solve systems. We'll type in the coefficients and find out that they purchased 4 pints of raspberries and 5 pints of blackberries. So those are some of the main components to the math section on the new digital SAT. And remember, you got this.